Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. So it's time to learn some more general notary. Let's get into it. We are going to be discussing notarizing a bill of sale. At the beginning of this transaction, you're going to get the identification for both the buyer and the seller just to verify everyone is who they say they are. So it's not just one type of bill of sale. Sometimes there are bill of sales that don't even have notary verbiage at the bottom, and a person would ask you to notarize their bill of sale. Well, in that aspect, you would have to have an acknowledgement or a jurat stamp. You would stamp that on the document, and then you can stamp it with your actual notary stamp. And if you don't have a acknowledgement or a jurat stamp, then you would attach a loose leaf. So it would be just a regular acknowledgement, acknowledging that you're certifying this document. But this document has a spot with notarial language, so we're going to go ahead and go through this one. So here you would put the actual price of whatever it is that you're selling. The person that is the buyer name would go here with the buyer's address. The person who's the seller name would go here and their address. Whatever it is that they're selling. So just for this example, we're using a car, but it could be anything. So you would go ahead and put that item, the year, you can put the color, the VIN number, whatever, however you want to describe it, it's up to you. And just to be clear, the people that's actually doing this, the buyer and the seller, they would fill all of this out and you would do the bottom part. But just in case they have any questions, it's good for you to understand what goes where. So then after you write the description, the day of the transaction would go here. And the person, the buyer and the seller both would sign and print their names and put, once again, the date of the transaction, which is going to match here. After they complete their portion and you verify everyone's driver's license, then you would come down here and you as the notary would go ahead and do your part, which you would fill in your state, your county, once again, the day of the transaction. And remember, I always say, whenever you see me, that's your name as the notary public. And then if you see by, it's the person's name whose documents you're notarizing. But here, it just says personally appeared and 2 blanks. So this would be the buyer and the seller name printed there. And then you would come down, you would go ahead and sign, print your name again, write your commission expiration date here. And remember that if you ever forget it, it's on the top of your stamp. And then you're going to stamp. So I would advise to stamp up here because you never know when a person copies this document if the bottom gets cut off or anything like that. But normally the bill of sale is one document. So normally there's no front and back or a second page. So I would just stamp here and this document would be complete. Now, remember I said sometimes a bill of sale does not have notarial language. That means this part here, the state of, county of, none of this would be there. And in that aspect, you would have to put a stamp here with this information, which is known as notarial language. And then you will be able to put your actual stamp here. But you can't just get a bill of sale that a person signs and just put your stamp on it. You have to have notarial language on any document that you put your stamp on. So just always remember that. And every state is different. So you just need to be very familiar with your state laws. And that will conclude this document.
nacional. Lo que tenemos presidencial, aquí la vista se Told me that I make her feel alive.